strength right here. Let's finish this. Got some nice music. Hope I can unlock it. I hope I can unlock this. Wow, guys, that was bad. I would play that again. Like that was so fun. All right, semi urban fear, semi priming requires a channeling and corporeal manifestation of aether contained within a dominant's body. In Hugo Cupid's case, this produced a crystalline formation that act as reservoirs to be drawn upon to provide the energy needed to maintain the pride and as well as cast magic and effectively wield iconic abilities. However, such appendages may be forcibly separated from the injured semi-prime dominant, preventing the resorption of the aether contained within. Hmm. Wow, man, that was badass.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty,
What mythos is stronger? For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge, clinging fast to a fiction even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Valithea has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
This had better be the lot. It's a skiff, not a bloody cargo freighter.
Man, I just can't get over how badass that fight was. Holy shit. Okay, Hunt Board's got a lot of stuff. Alright, wow, this is gonna be nuts.
Walkways need
Welcome
patching
home,
up.
Sid.
What became... Cook, why haven't we heard anything?
Try to stay calm. I'm sure we'll hear something soon.
The sun hath topped the mountain, the dawn hath kissed the sky. bid welcome to the morning and fears of night. Goodbye.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Here for another of my lectures. Allow me to educate you. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Fallen giant, huh?
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
If you're desperate to know more about Waloed, Vivian's your girl. But if I were you, I'd be heading straight to my bed.
Not bad for a boy from the Imperial Barracks, eh?
It's good to have you back. I was worried. Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waloeders.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waloeders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Ah, my favorite pupil. How may I help you today? Study it well, Clive. Here you are. Once more? Very well. The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian. Very Very good.
That bastard's shadow loomed over us all for far too long. Thanks for snuffing him out, Clive.
3 down, 2 to go. Where next, Sid? The tail or the spine?
Here for another of my lectures.
Cougar and the Fang were the bedrock upon which the Republic stood. Now that both have crumbled, the Magus' hand of chaos is all but assured.
So what of its parliament?
You ask. Will the ministers not take it upon themselves to pick up the pieces of the crumbling nation? I doubt it. They have little love for their people, only their own preservation.
Which leaves but one man.
Stand between Dalmatia and disaster. Former Field Marshal Yugen Havel. If any is to pick up the baton of command, it shall surely be he. But as the bitter tides of ire and avarice rise around him, how long will he be able to keep his head above water, I wonder? Oh, interesting.
Hippocrates, Blackthorn, Karen. For veterans such as these, Sid's hideaway was a sacred refuge. Kupka took something from them. And now you have avenged that loss. They should be the first to hear the happy news.
Also Mid as well. I think she has some stake, and I'm going to talk to her first.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has an indomitable rival in Gav. One is the sweet little babe in arms to be cooed over. The other, the naughty little boy who'd pull on my pigtails.
I think Mid might need some help, Tiny.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
I knew it was a good idea to have editors study alongside the children. It's really stoked their competitive spirit.
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the letters. Every one.
Mid hasn't been. Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Back, are ya? To a bloody riddance.
If there was ever a man who deserved a rusty knife in the gut, it was that prick. Not that I'd let you carry around a rusty knife. It definitely won't bring back the people we lost, but it'll ease a few hearts.
Not included.
Thank you.
So, will it be?
home, Clive. I was hoping you'd be back soon.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. And what can I do for you? It's a relief.
It's like we can breathe again. No more living in fear.
Thank you, Clive.
I know I don't say it often, but I mean it. Oh, and best luck too. For many here, every other worldly woe pale in comparison to the threat of Hugo Kupka. Now he's gone, we'll finally have time to devote to everyday gripes and grumbles. And as the captain of this little ship, I'm sure you'll be on the receiving end of more than a few.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
What do you need? So, what'll it be? You can thank me later. My best work, but it'll do. Anything else?
Clive, have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. we see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I have said it many times.
Hugo Kupka was a murderer, but he was also a thief. A thief who robbed us of our happiness, of our hope. And though I know it is wrong to revel in the death of another, we can take solace in the fact that he will never steal anything from us ever again.
His story is ended.
Thank you, Clive.
Were you aware
that in many cities, bears are forbidden from having children? Just believe that the aether used to bring a child into the world hastens the crystal's curse. Just believe that the aether used to bring a child into the world hastens the crystal's curse, lessening the mother's productivity. Such is the world we live in. Fortunately, Tancred's parents were able to escape that world, if only for a few brief summers.
What of the twins themselves?
Born in a hideaway, one touched by magic, the other spared its burden. Their minds are blissfully untainted by the poisonous rhetoric of priests and politicians. They will grow up knowing there is no difference between man and bear. They will pass that truth on to their children, and they to theirs, until the world we live in now is but a footnote in the annals of history.
Yes, change will come.
And through a magic which requires no crystal to conjure, one that will endure long after the last mother crystal has fallen.
I have a few new notes that might interest you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Directing a mother crystal that was located in the heart of the Dalmatian Republic. While it is widely reported to have been destroyed by City Outlaw in the year 878, rumors also abound of orcs, subjects of the Kingdom of Lode, have resided there at the time. Regardless of the loss of their mother crystal and the dominant upon whom they so heavily relied soon brought the Dalmex to the negotiating table in a desperate bid for cessation of hostilities with the Empire. The Warden of Earth, who takes on the aspect of a fearsome stolen giant. He is known to awaken among the descendants of the ancient moats of Earth, a tribe who once dwelled in the deserts of what is now the Malkin Republic, by far the largest and most physically imposing of all icons. Titan's strength was the bedrock upon which the Republic was built. The fall of the highway, an assault by Hugh Kupka, dominant of Titan and his private guard, on the first hideaway of Sid the Outlaw in the year 873, the safe haven established amongst forgotten ruins long consumed by the Blight was entirely destroyed, and many of Sid's collaborators and the bearers they had freed from servitude were slain. Orcs, a series of beastmen named to Ash. Orcs have historically lacked the means with which to cross the Strait of Alpha and make ingress into Storm. However, rumors of their having been sighted at Drake's Bank have begun to spread as of late, along with speculation that they might even have joined forces with their long-term enemy, the Kingdom of Lode. Harbor is known to many as a constant knight by reason of his unchangingly icy demeanor and his unwavering loyalty to his liege. Indeed, he appears to command Barnabas complete. Indeed, he appears to command Barnabas's complete trust, having been gifted full command of the Royal Order of Knights. Despite his apparent youth, the capacity in which he evacuated Hugo Kupka from off of his castle, however, remains a mystery. Yeah. The Kingdom of Lode, the sole surviving nation in Ash. The sole surviving nation in Ash Waloed has its capital at Stone here, home to the mother crystal of Drake's spine. It is ruled over by Barnabas Tharmir, dominant of Odin and warden of darkness, who has somehow managed to bring the hordes of marauding beastmen that once plagued his lands to heel and persuade them to direct their aggression at his enemies instead. These bloodthirsty forces have been deployed as far afield as Drake's Fang in the Damakian Republic. At Hugoku Badana of the Icon Titan. After losing his hands to Clive's blade in the crypt of Rosal's castle, he was speared away to Damakia by his enactment warlord ally, Lord Harbord. Clive followed after, storming Kupka's stronghold in the heart of Drake's Fang to finish him once and for all. The duel that ensued first with Titan, then was something even more terrible, led not only to Kupka's long-awaited demise, but to that of his nation's mother crystal. Yeah. Doris, born and branded in Rosaria, Doris. Born and branded in Rosaria, Doris now captains the Cursebreakers, striking their barrier liberating operations in concert with Cole, her second command. While she was fiercely committed to the cause, she abhors violence and will only blade her blade if circumstances demand it. Luber, forge manager of the Briar's Kiss, the finest smithy in Dalamil. Luber is also the desert hare, an ally of Sid's who once went by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Further, Luber's accomplice who directs the espionage efforts of the desert hare's loyal minions from his home in Dalamil. Born poor and turning to banditry at a young age, Further was saved from his life of crime by the original Rosina Dalamil, who gave him a new purpose, serving her somewhat less felonious endeavors. After Rosina passed away, he continues to serve Luber in the same capacity. Yeah, loyalty. Born to a family of Sir Terence, born to a family of minor nobles, Terence enters the prince's service as a squire before climbing the dragoon's ranks. He and Dion are lovers. Yep, as it will appear. But wait, where's Dion? Is he not? Where the fuck is Dion at? Yeah, surprised we haven't got an update on him. Alright guys, I'll have it for this one here. Brunch Snare 3 out. I'll see y'all later. Bye.